Hello my friendos and welcome to this week's video. And to all of you new to this channel, welcome as well. This channel is all about photography, digital and analog, as well as a little bit of filmmaking, printing and traveling. Today's video is about scanning analog negatives. And today I will compare the Minolta 100mm f4 macro lens to the Leica 60mm Elmarit R macro and their capabilities of scanning analog negatives. Stay tuned if you are interested in that. Before we can scan our negatives, we have to set up some things like a tripod, mounting a macro lens to our digital camera, Today I will scan my negatives with the Sony A7 Mark IV. And as mentioned with the Minolta 100mm f4 lens and compared to that the Leica Elmarit R 60mm f2.8. To hold and illuminate my negatives, I use the Lomography Digitalizer Plus. This device has several masks, including a medium format, a 110 and a 35mm mask. And of course I will be using the 35mm one. After mounting the camera to the tripod, we of course have to find critical focus. With these old lenses I have to focus manually, but I would do so even with modern autofocus lenses because that's just more precise in my opinion. But yeah, I guess everybody does that his own way. I turn off the focus peaking because in my opinion that's not that reliable, and when scanning negatives it's really important that you get the focus right. I have set a 5-second shutter delay because 2 seconds might be just a little bit short to eliminate all the micro jitters and shakes. In case you're wondering what negatives I'm scanning here, these are shots I took on my last vacation in Finland. Photographed on Kodak Ektar 100, and if you're interested in how I took them, subscribe to this channel because that's going to be the next video here. The 100mm has of course a significantly bigger minimum focus distance than the 60mm has, so I have to change tripods. Because this big one here doesn't get low enough for the 60mm to focus on its minimal focus distance. Now that I have scanned the roll of film twice, let's jump into Lightroom and have a look how these two lenses perform compared to each other. So, after cropping them and putting them all the right way around, let's jump into Lightroom. So, here we are. These first 36 here are the Minolta images, and the second 36 here are the Leica images. So let's have a look. Yeah, here you can see the Leica image has more detailed, resolved. Of course, this is no clinical test or review in a laboratory, but this is just a use case. I focused manually with both lenses as good as I could, and so as we compare them, here also this antenna, if I had to pick the sharper one, I would go with the Leica. So let's compare this third one here. So this is zoomed in to 200%. Yeah, this is really pixel peeping. Let's zoom out to 100. That has to be enough. And again, here the antenna looks a little bit sharper on the Leica lens. I don't know if you can see that, but to my eye, that's actually the case. Let's have a look. Maybe this one. So that famous boat here in Kilpisjärvi in Lapland. We had beautiful autumnal colors, as you can see in the negative. Of course, you don't see anything. Here in the rocks, I don't know. I do really have a hard time, but again, yeah, if I had to pick one, I would take the Leica. Let's have a last one. Maybe this. So, I have to say the right one here is a tad sharper. Yeah, so the right one here is a tad sharper, especially here in the background. These trees here. Yeah, all in all, I guess the Leica one will be my scanning lens from this day on. Until now, I have scanned all my images with the Minolta 100mm f4. Not bad at all, but I did have the feeling that the images weren't quite sharp enough, critically sharp, if you know what I'm talking about. So guys, there you have it. This was my very professional and of course very clinical and perfect review and comparison of these two lenses. But in my opinion, that's how they are used, at least in my case. And now I've decided I will scan them with the 60mm f2.8 going on from today. If you liked this video, please leave me a like, subscribe to this channel, it's really appreciated. It's just a click for you, it means the world to me. And stay tuned for the next video where I will show you how I took these images I scanned today. Bye for now, have a good time.